I've got a new tool update in the workshop, and it is the bead rolling table. I've been wanting to make one of these for ages, and I don't know why I haven't already done it. So I got some material that was laying around in the workshop, cleaned it up, and then made this big bead rolling table. Because I've got this job in the workshop, which is the Falcon. That Falcon needs some really crisp lines to be put into it. I want them straight, I want them even, I don't want any wobbles in it. So this big table was really good for swinging big sheets. Now, it is large. You can make smaller tables, swing some artwork in there, or you just want something small to fit in the workshop. But I just wanted something big and use the full maximum depth of this machine. If you've got the Hare & Forbes machine, you can actually get a table for that machine that'll go on. So you can't get one for this, so I needed to make something. So with this, I wanted to go quite large so I can forget about it. And as you're swinging a big sheet in here, you can move it around, it'll balance it in a lot of areas, and you don't have to worry about thinking about how to balance it. So when you're tipping an edge or putting a bead in something with a lot of shape, it's easier to balance and move that around. But if it's a big flat sheet, it can flex, move around, makes it a little bit difficult. So this made my life so much easier, and I'm glad that I finally did one. And there's a few upgrades that I would do. I'd probably put like a piece of plastic on top just to help it slide around, move around and not scratch or anything. And just a couple more stiffeners to make this just that little bit more rigid. But this is a game changer for me, and I do like this table. So if you want something big, I'll show you exactly how I went about building one of these. All right, let's draw something out. I'm going to start off with putting a little bit of a corner in there at 100 mil. 100 mil with a 45 there, and then a little bit of something here, a bit more of an angle, a bit longer, just to add a little bit of style, I suppose, in a way. We'll put that in now. Before I go ahead and mount the plate to where I want it to bolt in, this is what I'm going to use to bolt in, just a piece of angle, and then tap the side. So drill a hole, tap the side. I have done a pilot hole through here, mounted it up, then I can drill through, run the tap in, fully bolt this in to where I want it to be, and then put that top plate on, run it in here, tack it off to this, then I'll be able to just take it off easily. So that whole lot can easily come off with this attached to it, and it's all going to mount into the same spot again. Then I can do a bit of a frame that I want to do to stiffen it up, but all this needs to be mounted up and then that plate tacked off to this. Then I can make a little bit of a frame for the sheet metal. So everything's really straightforward and basic now. Now that this is tacked in and in position, I know that this goes on and off really easily. One thing I did do though, just on one side, I put one piece of 1mm material just there, just to give myself a little bit of play in here. So I'll be able to have 1mm, so 1/2 each side, a little bit of play, being able to put that on nice and easy. But the outside, I'm just going to use 20 by 20 box, tack that on, and then just weld it up on the outside. Don't need to go crazy with the welding. It's just a bit of a support. So go all the way through, and then probably just a stiffener up through the middle, and then that's it. Then this thing can actually be in use, and I can start using it, and life is going to be so much easier having this thing. So after using this, I love this table. This I will be using all the time in a lot of different jobs. I have gone and used it and done a little bit of beading, so the next episode you are going to be seeing this table in action while I do some custom sheet metal in the engine bay of the Falcon, doing the sides, doing a couple little cover boxes, doing a firewall, that sort of thing. A lot of that is flat panels, and this is going to be a game changer for you doing flat panels. So you're going to run a really nice line, but you got to remember that as you're shaping something, if you've got other shapes in the panel, you got to be putting your beads in first, unless you've got a big opening in your machine. So this one's a narrow opening, and you just got to be strategic about how you're doing your build. But I recommend these tables. These are awesome. I'll catch you on the next episode.